If you're searching for how to learn AI for beginners and watching YouTube videos about prompting, model comparisons, and transformers, but you still haven't used AI for anything in work this week, then you're learning backwards. I see this constantly. Someone spending weeks trying to learn AI, and by Friday, they've actually only used AI twice in the week, if even that. Here's the thing with 2026. AI is everywhere now, but workflow integration is a skill that will keep you valuable. So today I'm showing you how to learn AI from scratch in just 4 weeks. The method that gets you from 0 to multiple times per week for your work. It's called the task first learning path. So let's break down exactly what you need to do in week 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you're new to the channel, my name is Cian and I am the AI productivity coach, and I have taught thousands of people how to use AI in their personal and professional lives. And here's what I've learned from tracking all of their progress. The people who learn the capabilities first, so those who study what AI can do rather than what they actually need AI to do, they typically lose momentum in the first few weeks because they don't know how to practically apply what they're learning to themselves. But the people who try it on a repetitive task a few times, let's say they use it on one task and do that 10 different times, they maintain consistent usage and scale over time. So here's the problem with the typical learning sequence. Most people start by collecting knowledge. Prompt engineering techniques, model comparisons, chain of thought, few shot examples, system messages. They consume a ton of content, take notes, and maybe even take some courses. But they spend too much time doing this. And so, for example, after 40 hours of learning, they only can apply AI twice in their week. The problem isn't the information. It's that you built knowledge without application. The task-first learning path flips this. You pick one repetitive task that you have at work. You find the simplest AI solution to solve that, and then you use it 10 times minimum. And from there, you expand. You're learning AI tools through repetition of real work and not just theory. So here's why this actually works. Doing the same task 10 times teaches you what AI is actually good at. Dabbling in 10 different things all at once doesn't tell you that much. If you start small and then expand, by week 4, you'll have 3 to 5 tasks that you do with AI every single week. Not broad knowledge, a specific stack that actually saves you time and improves your work. I use this all the time to learn what I can use AI for, and I actually used it quite a lot to learn how to edit videos. When I was creating videos, I try and figure out how do I put a graphic up here or how do I do this thing. And it was only when I had a real use case for editing in a video that I then went out to find the knowledge of how I can do that and then apply it instantly. And it worked out pretty well. Okay, so if you're starting from scratch, here is what you do in week 1. On your first day, you should pick a task that you want to use AI for. Here's the rule. It must be something that you do at least 3 times per week and something that takes roughly about 10 minutes long. So if you're struggling here, here's a few examples that might help you think through what this task could be. For example, in finance, it could be variance explanations or expense narratives. In marketing, it could be campaign summaries or ad copy variations. In sales, it could be follow-up emails or meeting prep. In HR, it could be job descriptions or interview questions. And in operations, it could be status updates or process docs. So if this is a task that feels annoying to do manually, then that's a sign that you've picked right. So once you have your task, what I want you to do is use AI to solve this task at least 5 times in week 1. It shouldn't be 5 different tasks all at once. Just do this one task 5 times. Now each time you might want to change the prompt and make it better, but just make sure it's the same task and that you have it done at least 5 times. Don't worry too much about which tool you use. You can use any of them and just use a free version. So it could be Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Copilot. Whatever tool you prefer, just try it with that. Don't overthink the tool too much right now. Once you've done the task 5 times, we can move on to week 2. And week 2 is sticking to one tool. Week 2 is where a lot of people start to derail by switching tools. So someone would use ChatGPT 3 times, for example, and then they see a video recommending another tool, and then they try it on that one. And then when they try it on that one, it's not that good. They move on to tool number 3. And then ultimately, they're not happy with any of the tools, so they just give up. They basically can't even cross that 10 use threshold. So here's what I do differently if I started using these AI tools from scratch. Pick one tool and stick with it for 4 weeks. And at a very high level, here's a quick guide of which tools you can choose depending on what you want to do. For summarization and text-based tasks like email, meeting notes, and reports, any of the tools like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Copilot, and Perplexity are fine. They're all pretty much functionally equivalent at early use counts. If your task involves coding, however, Claude is probably the best tool right now and has notable advantages. If you're looking for image analysis, Gemini probably performs better than some of those other tools. But for most knowledge work tasks, the consistency matters more than the specific tool. If you want to break down on all the 5 major AI tools, I made a video on that and I'll include the link in the description or using the link up here right now. So in week 2, here's what you should track. Did you save time on those 5 attempts in week 1? If yes, keep going. You've basically improved your workflow and you're using AI like a pro already. If no, then it's probably the wrong task or you just can't get it right now. In that scenario, I go back to week 1 and pick a new task. The biggest trap in week 2 is trying to get the perfect prompt. Don't spend an hour engineering one prompt. If it doesn't work in 3 tries, skip it and move on to the next instance. We're trying to build a habit here, not a masterpiece. And it's important to note that speed matters more than perfection right now. So for week 2, you're basically trying to do 10 more actions of that same task. So it's the same tool, the same task, and 10 more uses. By the end of week 2, you should have used AI 15 times for a task. By use 15, this should start to feel automatic. You open the tool, you paste context, you get output, you do a quick edit, and you're done. Now, before I show you weeks 3 and 4, if you're liking this video, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I share practical AI tips and workflows to make your life easier, so if that sounds like you, please make sure to join me on this journey. So moving on to week 3, add another task strategically. So by now, you should have already used AI 15 times to complete a task. And this is where the pattern recognition piece kicks in. What exactly made your first task work? Was it the summarization? Was it the drafting? Was it the research? Was it the formatting? Your second task should lean on the same AI strength. So if task 1 was summarization, task 2 should also be a summarization task. Don't jump from summarize meeting notes to start writing Python code. So here's one example of how this might work. A marketing manager used Claude for campaign summary emails week 1, did it 8 times. In week 2, she did 10 more summaries. In week 3, she recognized the pattern. AI is good at turning messy data into a clean narrative. So task 2 was social post variations, same core pattern. 18 AI uses that week. So your week 3 action is 10 uses of task 2, as well as 10 uses again of task 1. So you should use AI at least 20 times in week 3. So week 4, build your stack. This is where we want to create a reusable task stack. By the end of week 4, you should have 3 to 5 tasks that you use AI to help you with every week. These were tasks that you were doing manually before at work, and now we have AI to help you with them. And this is how you start to learn AI automation for your current workflow. So here's one example of how this might look. A finance analyst spends 12 hours watching AI for Excel tutorials, but he wasn't using it at work. We started over with the task first method. In week 1, he picked variance explanations, did it 5 times with a free version of ChatGPT. In week 2, the same task, just did it 10 more times. In week 3, he started to recognize a pattern. AI is good at turning financial data into a clean narrative. So he added expense report narratives as task 2, the same core pattern. He did 10 expense narratives, kept going with the variance explanations, and it came to 20 total uses in week 3. In week 4, he added board memo summaries as task 3. And then his stack was basically variance explanations, expense narratives, and board memos. 25 uses that week. Overall, he cut reporting time by about 3 hours weekly. Now, that is success. It's not knowledge about what AI can do, but what AI can do for you. You can set it up once, and then you can use it everywhere. And here's how you measure it. You should measure it by weekly AI use count, not by the amount of hours you're spent learning. 10 uses in week 1 is pretty good progress. 20 in week 2 continues that momentum. By week 4, many people reach about 30 to 40 uses. But when should you learn advanced features and upgrade? If you're just starting off from scratch, here's a quick note on when you should start to consider upgrading or think about advanced functionality. You don't need to start thinking about all these other advanced features or adding more or paying more for different AI tools until you reach around 50 uses minimum. If you're watching advanced prompting techniques and you've only used AI about 10 times, then you're optimizing before you even have a baseline. Try to get to 50 basic uses of AI before you start thinking about expanding your capabilities. So when should you consider paying for some of these tools? My advice to most people is to keep going on free plans until you hit your usage limits. You get quite a lot in these free plans, so it's worth trying them out and continuing until you are told you can't go no more. Most of these tools have a plus or a pro plan and it costs about $20 per month. I pay for this on some tools. For some tools I use for free. It just depends on my workflow. So until you actually hit those limits, you don't even need to think about it. You really want to use the free plan to verify whether this actually saves you time in your tasks. Once you're confident in your workflow, you can then pay to upgrade if it's worth your money. So remember, this is how you should start to learn AI in 2026. Start with the task first learning path. do one repetitive task and use AI to solve it 5 times in week 1. In week 2, do that same task 10 more times. In week 3, add a second task and do that 10 times, as well as your first task 10 times. And by week 4, you should build it up to 3 to 5 tasks. If you do this in the first 4 weeks, I promise you'll really start to get a hand on AI and understand how it can be applied to what you do. So here's your homework. Choose one task right now and use an AI tool to try complete it 5 times this week. Track the time that you have saved, and that's week 1. By week 4, you'll be flying it. I've actually built a free 4-week AI task tracker. It's a simple PDF where you can start tracking all these tasks that you're testing and assess whether they are saving you time or not. I'll share a link in the description and you can download it from my website for free. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to subscribe and join me on this journey. I also have a weekly newsletter and you can subscribe to it using the link in the description below. So drop a comment. What task are you starting off with in week 1? Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.